Shelach. Ideas in the realm of Gematria from the Parsha for the Geulah, which means for the redemption. Geulah means redemption in Hebrew. This is article 37 because Shelach is the 37th Parsha. In this week's Torah portion, we read about the mysterious gatherer of wood, Mekoshesh Eitzim, as the Torah calls him. This is how the Torah tells us the story. When the children of Israel were in the desert, they found a man gathering wood on the Sabbath day. Those who found him gathering wood presented him before Moses and Aaron and before the entire congregation. They put him under guard, since it was not specified what was to be done to him. The Lord said to Moses, "The man shall be put to death. The entire congregation shall pelt him with stones outside the camp." So the entire congregation took him outside the camp, and they pelted him to death with stones, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Numbers chapter 15, verse 32 through 36. Our sages tell us that this gatherer of wood, Mekoshesh Eitzim, as the Torah calls it, performed this act as a noble act of giving his life in sanctifying the name of Hashem. The explanation given is that this man knew that the penalty for the violation of the Sabbath was death, and did so deliberately to show everyone how serious the law of God is. He gave up his life willingly to make himself a public example of the severity of God's law. Out of all of the many things that this man could have done, there are many other violations of the Sabbath that would carry the same penalty of death. So why did he specifically choose gathering wood as his method of choice? Among many answers that might be given, the realm of Gematria can provide a numerical explanation. Wood comes from a tree. And when we think of a tree, there are two that can come to mind: the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the tree of life. The first act of disobedience came from Adam and Eve's eating of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thus signifying every and any other sin that would come after that. Then there is the tree of life. It is written that God said, "Behold, man has become like one of us, having the ability of knowing good and evil. And now, lest he stretch forth his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." Genesis 3:22. After God had sent them out of the Garden of Eden, it is written, "And he drove the man out, and he stationed from the east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim and the blade of the revolving sword to guard the way to the tree of life." Genesis 3:24. The word for revolving in the revolving sword in this verse is ha-mit-hapechet, and it has a numerical value of 950. This is the revolving sword that keeps Adam and Eve from getting to the tree of life. So how will they get to it? How will they pass the revolving sword to get to the tree of life? The answer is by the correct desire to fulfill and uphold God's holy Torah, God's holy law. As it is written concerning the Torah, it is a tree of life for those who hold on to it. Proverbs 3:18. This is what the gatherer of wood, at a very extreme level, but not for all of us, he actually gave his life, but he in essence was doing this. This is what the gatherer of wood sought to do. The words Mekoshesh Eitzim have a numerical value of exactly 950, which again is the same numerical value of ha-mit-hapechet, the revolving sword, which makes a connection between the gatherer of wood and the sword that guards the way to the tree of life. Shabbat Shalom. Have a great Shabbos.